Hi all, and welcome back to Mad's Motors. I am Madman, and as you can see behind me, we're back on the 2CV. I hope you all enjoy the content, and yeah, let's get into it, because today I'm going to be removing the gearbox. So hopefully by the end of this we should have a gearbox out on the floor, and the aim of this project is to get this body from its broken chassis, and to get it onto the new chassis. This obviously needs floors, it needs a little bit of seal work. There's a couple of little patches that need doing, but we've got someone who's very good very good professional welder. That's what he does. Very good friend of mine. So yeah, so the aim was yesterday, well, yes, not yesterday for you, but so the previous video, the engine came out. I did that all by myself. I know, I can't believe it either. So yes, so the aim of today is to get the gearbox out. So I am now going to unstrap the bonnet, peel it back, put some gloves on, because yesterday it took me about 35 minutes to clean all the grease off my hands. I forgot how dirty you actually get while working on cars. It's unbelievable. So yeah, anyway, without further ado, I'm going to start. Gloves. Must remember the gloves. I've got 6 pairs of these, so hopefully, yeah. And I don't know if you can touch your phone and use these at the same time. You can try. Look like Smurf, don't I? Right. Would you believe it? Okay. Without any any of the wings or anything else, the bonnet still goes on the catch. You still have to use the catch to remove it. So bearing in mind, this is what we're working with today, and the aim is to try and get this out. Now, as you may have noticed, not only are we at a different angle, but the bonnet's down. Now, there's a reason for that, and that is simply that when I lifted it up, so along here, this bonnet, from what I understand, is supposed to slide out, but obviously over the years it's become very rusted, and I did soak it with 2-stroke, but unfortunately, as you can probably see, there's a gap there. I need to basically get this in here and just see if I can just break the end of it off, because unfortunately I don't want to have to do this. In all honesty, I might need both hands for that, actually. What do I? After yeah, so it's just here. This is the last piece that's holding on, so I'm going to pop you back up and right. Now all we've got to look for is the BFH. go. Right, I've got the BFH and the BFS. Okay. So I am going to get my multi-tool. So this multi-tool is, it's good for removing bolts, stubborn wheels, because I had one of them recently, I had to take cut off. Hey, just like that. Another one bites the dust. So now, oh, I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. Where's that BFH? See what we can do this in one tap. Hey! Banging. And then I must remember once again to bring the electrics in because they don't mix with water. Okay. So, and we have the jets. Okay. So the plan is with that is to bolt some hinges up. Maybe just, you know, try and get this rot out that's here, because as you can see all the way along here, see this is sleeved, so this part here is supposed to slide out, but over the years due to corrosion, the bit that was attached to the bonnet is actually in here. So I've tried to leave as much to it as I could when I cut it, because I might be able to get this welded back on, you see. So yeah, it's well worth remembering that. Right, there's a trusty. And these tools, I'm going to be honest, they really are, they're brilliant quality. They really are. Years ago when I first, well, probably about 15, 16 years ago when I first started doing communications, we used to have very similar looking tooling, and it was by Bosch. And I believe that Erbauer is something to do with Scrifix. Yeah. So then that pops in now. and a 1/2 inch. Right, so on that note, we now need to work out and this is that other tool set I was telling you about. WZG words, they are fantastic, absolutely amazing, really good tool. Right. So we're going to go for a guess on a 14. Alright, okay, brilliant. And yeah, just like that, we have the bolts coming off. Now this is amazing for me. I've never had one of these before, and I'm going to be honest, I'm so happy that I was able to get this set, because even just for, I mean, just for the cars, I mean, the impact is amazing. And then I've got all the other bits to do, all my other, like, if I need to install anything in the houses, like here or my other place. But I was sitting, I was thinking, like, when I went to go and get this, I went to pick it up, and I was just thinking how much I enjoy just being able to just be myself, and at the same time, you know, I get to obviously do all these wonderful things for my mum, because she deserves it. She is the most amazing human being. I know everyone's don't take away, I'm not saying my mum's better than anyone else's, but what I am saying is she is absolutely wonderful. And a lot of what I do, I wouldn't be able to do without her, in all fairness. You know, I mean, I touched on, if you've watched my other video, the first video, sorry, so if you go back and watch that, you'll see I have mental health issues, and as I said, sometimes you get locked in up here, and it's not a very nice place to stay. So for me, being able to do this and have all of you, you know, watching and, you know, just looking at me. And yes, I know I say a lot, and you know, I'm not the best. I do swear quite a lot, but I have to really try and keep it in, because I want these videos to be watchable for everybody. There it is, see. So yeah, I mean, I am in my element pulling this apart, and it just takes me back. You know, some of you may have had similar experiences. If not, okay, so you know, my first actual car was a Metro, Austin Metro. Funny enough, I saw someone with an MG Turbo the other day. But yeah, so, and obviously I used to work on that. You know, my granddad with his car, my dad with my car. So it's so wonderful to be able to share that experience, you know, and that's what allows me to be able to have basic knowledge of what I'm doing today. You know, because as I said to you, by no means am I a professional, but I'm a professional with something else, I'll get told all the time. But it rhymes with banker. But yeah, I mean, I get to do this, it's loads of fun, it really is. Oh, okay, scratch that. Oh, no, here we go. Ah, okay, that one's tight. So where the engine's dropped on this side, obviously anything on here is quite difficult compared to the other side, because it's obviously down. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the sensible thing and pick up whatever I just dropped. Okay, well that's gone into the ether. Bendix. I don't know what that is. That's a manifold gasket. Ah, there we go. Right. Right, so what we're going to do is find somewhere there's just nothing solid on this at all. It really isn't. But it's just falling to pieces. So, I believe what I'm using, and I'm sure you'll let me know if not, is a Stilson. We've got two of these, they're my dad's. Obviously this is a drop forged steel, so you know it's good. Oh. Right. So, right, these here are now all loosened off. So I'm going to do the other side first, and then this side I can kind of talk you through it. So I know you can't see me, you can watch me doing it, but you won't see. But so I'm just going to whiz them off now on the other side, and then I want to disconnect this. And then I've got to disconnect this as well. I think this is like part of the steering rack. Yeah. So that goes into there. So that must be the steering rack then. And obviously this is drive shaft splines, but this whole side has dropped because it's absolutely collapsed. So as you can probably see through the hole. You can see the floor's gone. Yeah. So yeah, all of it is absolutely fucked. Yeah. So yeah. Right. So better get back with it, because otherwise I'm gonna. You know me. I'm a talker. Always bloody talking. I know. Right, so I'm going to be really lazy. I'm going to take all these off with the impacts. Here's my little holder. Oh yeah, this is really dropped. Okay. I've just got a nut stuck in the socket, so okay. I don't know what I can do. I can use one of the bolts. That's it, and then I'll just pull it out. Right. Cool. So what I'll do is I'm going to get you in a bit closer for this one. Right, let's move you on my trusty camera stands. Right, so hopefully you can see this. Right, so these are the bolts that I want to take out. Right, one, that was out. Two. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a spanner on these because it's all very, very tight. But the beauty of it is with those impacts, which I've never actually had one before, so I've used them. Don't forget, when I've been at friends, I've got friends that own, you know, body shops and stuff like that. So I have used them, but you know, it's so much better when you've actually got it yourself, and you know it's there whenever you need it, if you do need it, kind of thing. So right. This kind of reminds me when I in the engine out video, when I had to do those bloody brake, and I still didn't get that brake line out of that caliper. It sat right there. It's undone, but yeah, couldn't get it out, and it took forever. And this is just like taking me back. Right, and then this should be the last one. Right, I'm trying to. Now, I don't know if there is weight on this, which is why it's so difficult to get at. I'm a bit concerned that that gearbox is gonna fall. And when I say it's rotted, I mean it is well and truly rotted. Right. So that's that disconnected. So while we're here, I'm going to let's do that. I'm going to try and disconnect all of this here because this is now off now. So there you go. So it's got one. There you go. So that is now off. Yeah. And as I said, what I want to do is I want to try and pull it out of the knuckle. So there's a 32mm. This here is 32mm, and this is a split pin. And all you do is you just bend this around, you knock it out, and then you can, you know, you can jam something long in here like this. If I remember rightly, you can go like that, and you can undo that one in the middle. So, right, what I'll do is I'll get you back on there, and then we'll start getting that hub off. closer actually. Right, so first things first, let's bend this over. Yeah, not going to work, is it? Alright. So this here is the pin I'm trying to get out, right? And basically once this is out, then I should be able to undo the hub, and I think that will allow me to get this out, but obviously I'm not 100% sure, but we can try. Trust the impact. $32. Right, cool. That really works well. Sorry about that, I know it's really loud. Okay, cool, so that's that there. And then I will... Hey, I was right. Okay, so, excellent. This is completely out. Right, okay. So now, just to be safe... Actually, I'm going to put some copper slip on these, hang on. It's not slip, it is Duckham's grease, which has been in this garage well, since I was a kid. And I think, if I'm right in remembering, that my granddad may have acquired this. Oh, hang on. While I put those on, dare I say it? Oh wow! Huh. Disc off as well. Wow. Okay, that was pleasantly unexpected. Wow, unbelievable. So, right, all I'm doing now is I am just putting a little bit of grease on these threads. So when I put them in, and also that's another thing as well worth remembering, that obviously before you tighten anything with a machine thread, yeah, if you go backwards, so if you undo it, so to speak, before you put it in the hole, what it allows you to do is it allows you to find the thread edge, so that when you screw it in, it's it won't cross thread. It doesn't work all the time. I did one recently on my car when I changed my seats. That needs to be cut out, but we'll leave that for another day. Right. Oh, okay, so that's right there. Right. Okay. So we have one drive shaft removed, and there's me saying about that trick. I didn't bloody use it. I'm struggling to get it in. Right. Cool. Just gonna use my handy rags on my legs to wipe these off. So as you can see, the drive shaft there, okay, this was connected to this, and this slid through here, yeah, and it's splined so that when the gearbox is engaged, it spins, yeah, and then that drives the wheels. So yeah, and obviously this is it's because it's only a 2-cylinder vehicle, it is ridiculously tiny, which is why I think I'm actually able to do it, because I've got a bum shoulder, and yeah, but it's fun. It really is good fun. So right, I'm going to stop talking. Let's get you back up where you need to be. You can trusty box. Right, so the other side should be a breeze. I should have said that, should I? Oh, gone and done it now. Right. Oh yeah, I forgot I've already done these, so I just need to do 32 over here. Oh, so this won't take me as long as what I thought. Just being a little bit stubborn. That's fine. I've got a bigger hammer in there. No, I think this is more a finesse kind of thing than a hit it with a hammer kind of thing. It really is. I'll tell you what, it's a pain in the arse though, I'll tell you that. Oh, I know what I can produce. Huh. My man always says to me, flash strips. My guy. Yeah. An inspirational human being who anyone who's lucky enough to have them him in their life. He is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful man. But I should say being. Yeah, he's a beautiful being. But yeah. So vice grips, okay, so I'm getting these on the pin, and then I'm just gonna squeeze them off. And there you go, it's out. Should have thought about that ages ago. That side was damn sight easier than the other one. Cool. So now I can take this out. Yeah, so I don't think I need to disconnect any of the suspension there. Let's use some grease and see if that helps. Now, I think I disconnected the gear linkage already when this was in the yard. So, just to tell you how it happened. So, the company that I work for, I injured myself while I was working for them. They put me on sick, which is understandable because I couldn't fulfil my role, and I kind of got forgotten about. And anyway, so I tried to open a business. Well, and I did. So I didn't try. I did. It was a vape shop, and while I had the vape shop, I got this from Mum, and then I bought all the bits that was needed, and then I had a breakdown, and yeah, I lost my business. Kept the car, but lost my business, and then this sat, and luckily I got a very good friend of mine, and he has a unit, and he let me store it there. So that's where she sat for 4 years, I think it was, 5 years. So yeah. Right, another disc. So now, all gone that side, and as you can see, this is all loose. Now I don't know where it's connected, and if it is, because there's a couple of bolts down here, but it doesn't look. So yeah, it's going to be fun finding those. But we're just gonna kind of tug and plug and play, and I'm going to again, this will make an easier application when it goes back together. See, all this rust keeps getting me. Seems to be missing missing a couple of bolts. I mean, I am talented, but that might have been what fell down actually. Oh well, right. Right. Cool. So okay, so we have right. So we've got a couple of brake lines that are attached. And I'm gonna take this starter motor off. Yeah, I'm going to take this off, I think, because it's right in the bloody way. Right. Now I think this whole car is like 10, 14, 16. That's all it has been the whole time. Yep. Right. Probably should have took this off quite a long while ago, in all honesty. Kind of in the way. I'm never sure when bolts are actually out, because sometimes they stay in the housing and I'll be twiddling them for bloody ages. Oh, that one come out, so that one probably comes out as well. Alright mate? Okay. Yeah, good. You're on camera. Sean, next door, does, yeah, in the first video, you'll hear 3, 2, 1. That's Sean. Fit as fuck. Does all this stuff, kettlebells and that. So, yeah, hence all that the other, when I was filming yesterday. You've obviously come home early, mate, yeah? Right off.
No, I finished.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I finished. There we go. Alright, let me get on.
Alright, mate, I'll see you in a bit. Alright, we'll start motor off. Cool. Another one to go in the box. Bollocks. Ah. Hmm. I don't know what happened. Right. So, with the starter motor off, I can get to these brake lines easier. Oh, 8mm as well. It's usually 8mm. So I can get to these lines down here. So easier if I show you. So here we've got the calipers that came off, and this is fixed to the gearbox housing, and these are brake lines. Now I want to try and keep as many of these in the same shape as what they were, which is why I was trying to remove from here. The reason being is because on the new chassis, when I put the reservoir on, and that all these lines will be ready to go straight back where they were, if that makes sense. So it makes it a little bit easier for myself. So yeah, I mean, I know it seems tedious, and it's probably easier just to put new lines in, but in all honesty, you can't beat the old stuff. Like this has lasted, it's test of time. So I'm just going to remove them, and yeah, getting ready for transference. I'll tell you what, it's a good job my phone's waterproof. It really is. Oh no, they're living. See? Unbelievable. Oh. Well, I don't know what that is, but it's bent. I don't know if it's meant to be bent. Right. Let's pop that out. It says easier said than done. And then again, the washer goes back on, thread, and then the nut back on, because these, I mean, some of the like the bigger bolts and stuff like that, it's not so hard, because you can just replace them. However, stuff like this, I always think to myself, where they've been mated for so long, you just got to keep them together, you know. Right. Oh bollocks! There we go. You know, I've got to be honest, right? I find it so, as I said before, therapeutic. But you know what else is nice? Is actually knowing that while I'm still doing this, at some point, this is going to be, you know, online, and people are going to watch this. You know when you search for a video, and it's something random, you know, and you could pop up, my videos could come up, and you sit there and you watch, and it just amazes me, you know, how excited that makes me feel, you know. It really does. I don't know, it really does get me excited. So yeah, it's mad. So it kind of gives me a little bit of extra oomph to do this, because it needs to be done. Because, you know, your parents at my age, they're getting on, so you want to, if you're going to do something nice, you want to do it from while they can enjoy it. And Mum's by no means anywhere near not being able to enjoy it, but I don't want it to be stuck for ages. Oops. Aha! I don't believe it. I don't bloody believe it. Right. Where is this? Oh, okay, so that... Right, okay. That's weird. So, can I just... Right, so let me bring you in. I'm going to pick up that bolt before I lose it. Right. Cool, so obviously I had problems getting that line out yesterday. And now I've got this here, which I really don't know what it is. And I don't particularly want to take it off. But I'm going to have to, because there's no... These aren't a nut fitting. So, yeah. But it looks like they're attached to the gearbox. I don't know. Right, let's put it back. Right, there's one brake pad. They're relatively new, to be honest. They can go again. Oh, yeah, well, someone must have changed these just before the car went off the road. Because they've got loads of life. They're going back in there, mate, they are. It appears that I have two very awkward to get to. These are under the car with it, because I'm not on the floor. Where's my socket? I think that's going to be... I think this might be a spanner job. This could take a while. As exciting as this may look, right, it appears do you know, when I was reading the comments for this tool set before I bought it, so many people said in there it's really difficult to get the tools out, and I thought, well, that's a bonus, because you know, it means they're not going to fall out of the box and stuff like that. No, it is a right pain in the arse. No. Oh, damn it. Right, okay. Starting on to So that is going to be, I think, you have to work from the top and the side, and the beams at the top. Frustrating, if I'm honest. Sorry, I know it's must be a bit boring when we do this, but basically these bolts down here are incredibly difficult to get to, and I'm trying to concentrate on holding the spanner with my left hand so it goes on the bolt, and then I'm linking another spanner the other end. Try and get some extra oh, yep, there we go. Right. Okay. Right, so basically, I was taught this by my granddad and dad. If you can't get onto the spanner to lever it, you can hook another spanner into it and use that to get a little bit of applied pressure, because the way it works is that the longer the bar, the less force you have to use to loosen off. So for example, if this was out here, I could literally just pop it, but obviously when it's shorter, it's a lot more difficult to get it off. So if you just link these, and they come apart after, it's not like they're broken or anything, but yeah, it just means that you get to, and then if you want to do the other side, you just do the other side, if you get what I mean. So yeah, you can flick it around, but I've got one of them loosened off, which is good. Now I'm going to try get the other one. This is real tricky. Just don't see why I can't use a socket in here. Just looks to be enough room. Right. Sorry about this, everyone. This is not ideal, but unfortunately, sometimes there's nothing else you can do but get right in there to get those horrible ones. This might be an idea if I take this out of the way. can't. I remember now, I was trying to undo that and it snapped off inside. What I don't want to do is do not want to round off. Yeah, I do not want to round off this nut because I don't think one molting tool will get in there, if I'm honest. I really don't. I'm struggling to get a bloody spanner in there, if I'm honest. There you go. So that is now cracked off, so I can now use my spanner. There we go. And don't forget, I have got the jack underneath, obviously, for when this comes away. So again, this is going to be like the brake calipers, probably. I would expect there's going to be quite a lot, quite a sturdy bolt, because obviously this is linking the. So basically, it's down in there. So if you can see now, I've started to get it out. There's a bolt just in there. It's starting to come out, and then on the other side there's exactly the same thing. So both of those have got to come out. So that's why I was trying to get my hand in here, yeah, to get up there. I know it's not the most interesting thing to watch, but it is required. Right, so finish with the 12. I'll put the 12 back. Put my tools as well. Right, so let's try and get right, so into the belly of the beast, so to speak. I will say this one around this side is a lot easier to get at than the other one. It really is. I really would like it if it stopped raining, but you can't have it all, can you? So, you know, the funny thing about this is, right, I have no idea if this is the right thing to do, okay? So, I'm just literally pulling bits off that I think needs to come off. So, I'm not even entirely sure whether or not this is the correct way to do it, or if there's something else I should have done before. But yeah, I'm determined to have this gearbox out today. Not bothered about the rain. More bothered about that little bit of rubber from that bushing that's in my way. Please don't tell me that's just gonna up. as I said, I'm determined to get the gearbox out and leave. Minus a couple of cables, that'll be speedo. Got a little bit overexcited there. That is the ground for the battery. So what we'll do is we'll take that off. Remove that down there, pop that back on there so we don't lose it, remember. You know, I watched this person and they said about if you, because I forget things very, very, very quickly. Oh shit. Like there was still a speedo cable connected, like things like that. Right, let's have a look inside there. But apparently if you point at something and say the name of it, it stays in your head. I've been trying it, I mean it's not... No, that's not going to happen because I'm taking that apart right now. Right, I need to... Let's try these vice grips. So let's bring you in. Right. So on this here is, I believe it's the speedo cable because it goes through into the cabin. That mount obviously just completely rotted out, so all that hard work and I could have just pulled it. What a plonker. So yeah, it's this down here that I'm not sure how it comes out. But I don't really want to break it because I don't know whether they're available anymore. But I don't know, I might have to consult the Haynes manual on this one. Yeah. I don't know whether it just twists and... Trying to get this side. Fortunately, this gearbox is diddy because obviously the cart is very small. So I'm hoping. Oh, completely gone now. There we go. Stand it up. Right now, I don't know how these come out, so I'm going to go and put you back over here because I don't think you'll be able to see properly what I'm doing. Right. Oh, okay, it is just as simple as it unscrews by the look of it. So I'm just using the vice grips to try and grip that bit that I showed you where it goes into the gearbox. I have to stop it turning back. as on. Right, I'm gonna actually clamp these on now because a little bit tighter, wouldn't it really? No. Yes. Right. Okay. One moment, please. Right, so sorry about that. This is a cluster of and the speedo cable is back there. So I'm going to try and undo. Oh, okay. No, I spoke too soon. So I'm going to put you back up here while I do that because I can't hold the phone and do that at the same time. Well, it appeared to be coming out, but I'd say it's not now. I just don't want that one little thing to hold up everything else. As I say, I really want that gearbox out today. Ouch. Note to self, don't headbutt the car, it hurts. Right. That's now going to be... tug of war trying to get the speedo cable out. Now this has got a big grommet in it. I suppose the right thing to do is pull the grommet out and then finesse that out as well. Right. Okay, so what I just did was I disconnected the speedo cable from the back of the the dash, and then I threaded it through because that means that I can now hopefully sorry that, I don't know what that is. Okay, this is the new one. Okay, so there's a pipe connected down here, and I don't know what this is for, and I've only just spotted it. So yeah, this pipe comes down here and then it goes into the gearbox here, but it just pulls out. You don't actually have to, like, you can literally just pull it out, which I find very strange. I'm not going to pull it out again because I've already pulled it out twice. What I am going to do is I'm going to undo this from here, and yeah. Let's try a different perspective. Yeah. Right. Yeah. No, I'm going to put you back up here because I can't stop my phone falling over where it was just then. Right. I've got a funny feeling that could be a 16. And it's not. Wow. Right, so. Oh. Okay. I wonder if that's a 19 then. Yeah, it's a 19. Wow. Right, so what I want to do is disconnect this from here. I said to you, I have no idea what this does. Hold on a minute. I think that might be the clutch. Oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah, that is the clutch. Okay. Righto. So. Down here is the clutch assembly. And I need to be on my back facing up, which would be lovely when it's raining if I was in the car, but then this car has no roof. So yeah, I'm going to be getting dirty today. So, right, let's try and find somewhere suitable for you. Okay, so okay. Now that the cable is disconnected from the clutch pedal, it was not cable. It's for the clutch, so it's a cable clutch, not hydraulic. So when you depress the clutch, it pulls on the cable, disengages the flywheel on the clutch, and then so yes, right. I'm saying that there wasn't a clutch in there. I don't know how that works. We'll look into that. So now that's done, all I have to do, I believe, is pull this cable out. I had to take my gloves off because I ripped them when I was inside. Do you know what? I've just done the worst thing, and I just took my bloody gloves off, got my hands all dirty. But now that this is all done, hang on, let me put some gloves on. Sorry, I can't find them. Now that that's done, this should. Oh, right, so the first video, I was only going to remove the manifold, but I ended up taking out the engine. And the second video, we have successfully removed the gearbox from the vehicle, and it is all done now. So basically there are no bits connected whatsoever. So I am now going to pull this out, and I'm going to plop it down off camera. I'm going to use my handy jumper, and it's not that heavy, really not. Right, so as you can see, we now have a clear engine bay. My next job is to disconnect the brake calipers, yeah, and get them off, and to disassemble the steering rack, and just see if there's any more bolts that are connected in the car. So we're getting closer to removing the body, because now this is all off. What I can do is I can look to see if there's any bolts underneath that need to come out. Also on the rear, obviously we'll get the rear up at some point, but yeah, this is a massive achievement, and I'm so happy to have been able to experience this with you. It means a lot to me if you are watching my videos. You know, anybody that has issues knows that every day is a battle, you know, so you just got to keep fighting through, and being able to do this and to share it with you is amazing, you know, so thank you. I really appreciate it. So I am going to leave off, fellow human beings, okay? I hope you enjoyed what you've seen. If you do enjoy the content that's being released, please consider subscribing if you feel that I'm worthy. And like the video and share, we'll get it out there. Yeah, but just thank you for taking the time to watch and experience this with me, because it's very important to me. This car's very special. My mum is so amazing. She deserves so much more than she gets out of life. So hopefully, fingers crossed, step by step, we shall break it down. Anyway, see you all again.